So let's talk about this new GTR concept. Now this GTR X 2050 concept, I think the X might be silent because it's in parentheses for some reason, basically is this designer's vision of what the GTR will look like in 2050, which I assume is when they plan to replace the current model. This concept was done by a very young designer. I think he's about 22 or 23. But he's a recent graduate of design school in California, originally born in South Korea. His name is Sibum Choi, and he's now an intern at the design wing of Nissan. Now, looking at this concept, there's a few interesting things. First of all, it doesn't really appear to be much of a GTR to me. Doesn't really have much of that design language going on. Around back, there's the four taillights. They kind of look like the old 60s Skyline taillights, but apart from that, it's pretty much just all new stuff. The second really interesting thing here is that it doesn't really appear to have a passenger compartment at all. In fact, when I looked at it, I thought you were supposed to straddle it like a camel and just ride around. But I looked at the other photos and it turns out it's actually meant to have like a cockpit that opens up, and instead of sitting in it, you lay down in it on your belly, which doesn't seem that comfortable, but it's certainly different. The other thing is that it has absolutely no room for passengers, so I guess if you have a significant other, they're just supposed to, wave at you from the parking lot and say, "Have a good time, sweetie." I guess it's for single kings only. But yeah, this futuristic vibe is very interesting. It kind of seems to be the new trend now, with everything under the sun turning into cyberpunk, all that kind of stuff. I know back in like 2005, it used to be popular to have all of these kind of future vision concepts, and they would wind up in movies like iRobot and Minority Report, and and that terrible movie The Island too. But I guess that's all back in style. Now, another weird thing about this concept is it also appears to have no controls whatsoever. In fact, the designer refers to it as more like a mechanical piece of clothing than a car. Basically, you're supposed to put on some kind of future helmet that then you can like jack into the Matrix in order to be able to control it. Apparently, it's all controlled by the human brain, and I guess you need some kind of invasive surgery to actually be able to pilot this car. And then the actual visual information is going to be beamed into your eyes by this helmet, I suppose, because there's no windshield or anything like that, and your face is going to be pointed towards the ground the entire time. So yeah, in conclusion, this vehicle seems a little bit silly, kind of really silly actually, but it is interesting. I enjoy, this vision of completely different things that we've never even seen before. I like that aspect of it, and this designer, he really seems to bring some originality, and I appreciate that, even if it is kind of silly. But yeah, tell me what you think about it.